Welcome to Science and Technology Briefing. The content of the briefing includes EU to loosen new rules on EV sales in attempt to defuse row with UK. Donald Trump says Russia dossier caused distress in London lawsuit. Scientists untangle mystery about the universe's earliest galaxies. Here comes the sun, is Lachlan Murdoch up to the job? Mission to a metal mass, NASA set to blast off to a failed planet. EU to loosen new rules on EV sales in attempt to defuse row with UK. Financial Times. The European Union is considering a proposal to delay tariffs on electric vehicle (EV) sales between the UK and the bloc for a year to resolve a dispute over new rules set to come into effect in January. Under the post-Brexit trade and cooperation agreement, EVs with batteries largely made outside Europe or the UK will face tariffs of 10%. The European Commission wants to redefine the rules of origin to give automakers more time to switch from Asian to European battery sourcing. The compromise could cost the industry billions and stifle EV demand. Donald Trump says Russia dossier caused distress in London lawsuit. Financial Times. Former U.S. President Donald Trump has filed a lawsuit in London's High Court against Orbis Business Intelligence, co-founded by former MI6 spy Christopher Steele, over the controversial Russia dossier. Trump claims to have suffered reputational damage and distress as a result of the document, which made headlines for its unproven claims about Trump's conduct in Moscow. The credibility of the dossier has been heavily questioned since its release in 2017. Trump is seeking unspecified damages and compensation in the lawsuit. A court hearing in the case has been scheduled for later this month. Scientists untangle mystery about the universe's earliest galaxies. Reuters. Astronomers have identified a new explanation for why the James Webb Space Telescope, Webb, has detected a large number of massive and mature galaxies that date back to the universe's infancy. Researchers used computer simulations to show that star formation in the early galaxies occurred in big bursts, rather than at a steady pace. This gave the galaxies a deceptive appearance of great mass, because they shone just as brightly as genuinely massive galaxies. The new explanation means that the standard cosmological model does not have to be broken. Here comes the sun, is Lachlan Murdoch up to the job? The Sydney Morning Herald. Lachlan Murdoch, chairman and CEO of Fox Corp, is set to take over his father Rupert Murdoch's media empire in November. Lachlan has faced significant challenges in his role at Fox, including a $787.5 million settlement with Dominion Voting Systems over defamation claims related to Fox News coverage of the 2020 U.S. election. He also made the decision to bench Fox News' biggest star, Tucker Carlson, and has faced criticism for the network's handling of the stolen election claims. Despite these challenges, Lachlan has shown confidence in his digital strategy, with the success of free streaming service Tubi and investments in online sports betting. As he prepares to take the reins of the entire Murdoch empire, Lachlan will need to navigate the politically divisive 2024 U.S. presidential election cycle, while maintaining the network's viewership and addressing ongoing litigation. Mission to a metal mass, NASA set to blast off to a failed planet. The Sydney Morning Herald. A SpaceX rocket is set to deliver a spacecraft to a metal asteroid located in the asteroid belt between the inner planets and the gas giants of our solar system. Named Psyche after the Greek goddess of the soul, the asteroid is believed to be the dead metal core of an ancient failed planet. The spacecraft will arrive at Psyche in 2029, providing scientists with the first direct look at the core of a planet. Psyche is of interest to commercial organizations as it is made entirely of metal, including iron and platinum. Friday Evening News Briefing. By-election win big step towards becoming PM, says Starmer. Telegraph. Labour leader Keir Starmer has called his party's victory in the Rutherglen and Hamilton West by-election a big step in the right direction towards becoming UK Prime Minister in 2023. Labour achieved a 20.4-point swing against the Scottish National Party, SNP, compared to the 2019 general election. Snapchat could be required to close down its AI chatbot in the UK after privacy regulator the Information Commissioner's Office said it had failed to assess the bot's risk to children. The company has 22 million UK users. Spotify preparing to launch a premium tier. The Independent. Spotify is rumored to be launching a new premium membership tier called Supremium that will cost $19.99 per month, double the current price. The new tier is expected to offer features such as lossless audio, advanced playlist mixing tools, new listening stats, audiobook listening, and AI playlist generation tools. Spotify has been working on a hi-fi tier for years, and the latest leaks suggest it will feature 24-bit lossless audio. Other streaming services, such as Amazon and Tidal, have already launched hi-fi or lossless tiers. It is unclear if Spotify will increase artist revenue from the higher-priced plan. Stronger than expected jobs market raises fears of U.S. interest rate rise. Financial Times. The U.S. labor market report showed that the U.S. economy created 336,000 new jobs in September, far exceeding economists' predictions. This strong report reignited a bond market sell-off as investors bet that the Federal Reserve would have to raise interest rates again to control inflation. The sell-off led to rising bond yields, which threaten deeper economic turmoil as businesses and households face higher borrowing costs. The U.S. unemployment rate remained at 3.8% as the labor market continued to show strength. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood 6 doctor, bringing you the latest news from the 6 dimensions. Strap in, because we've got quite the lineup today. First up, we have the European Union looking to ease tensions with the UK by loosening new rules on electric vehicle sales. They're considering delaying tariffs on EVs for a year to give automakers more time to switch from Asian to European battery sourcing. It's a compromise that could cost the industry billions, but hey, at least it'll keep the EV demand alive and kicking. Next, we have Donald Trump causing a stir with a lawsuit in London's High Court. He's going after Orbis Business Intelligence, the folks behind the controversial Russia dossier. Trump claims his reputation was damaged by the documents and proven claims about his conduct in Moscow. Now, I don't want to take sides here, but I will say this: if somebody wrote a dossier about my conduct in Moscow, it would probably be a bestseller. On a more cosmic note, scientists have untangled a mystery about the universe's earliest galaxies. Turns out, the James Webb Space Telescope has been detecting a bunch of massive and mature galaxies from the universe's infancy. How did they get so big so fast? Well, it turns out that star formation in these early galaxies happened in big bursts, giving them a deceptive appearance of great mass. So, the standard cosmological model doesn't have to be thrown out the window after all. Phew. Speaking of family legacies, Lachlan Murdoch is getting ready to take over his father Rupert Murdoch's media empire. Now, Lachlan has had his fair share of challenges at Fox Corp, including a hefty settlement and some controversial decisions. But hey, he's confident in his digital strategy and he's got investments in online sports betting. So, as he prepares to steer the Murdoch empire through the politically divisive 2024 U.S. presidential election, let's hope he doesn't get caught in a media storm. In a mission that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, NASA is set to blast off to a failed planet. Well, sort of. They're actually sending a spacecraft to a metal asteroid named Psyche, which is believed to be the dead core of an ancient failed planet. This will be the first direct look at the core of a planet, and commercial organizations are interested because Psyche is made entirely of metal. Iron and platinum, to be specific. So, move over, Avengers, because NASA is bringing the real metal heroes. Over in the UK, Labour leader Keir Starmer is celebrating a by-election victory, calling it a big step towards becoming the country's Prime Minister in 2023. Well, Keir, I don't want to burst your bubble, but let's just say there's a long and winding road ahead. And speaking of winding roads, Snapchat might have to shut down its AI chatbot in the UK because it failed to assess the bot's risk to children. Looks like the bot needs a timeout. Now, let's talk music. Spotify, our favorite playlist provider, is rumored to be launching a new premium membership tier called Supremium. For a cool $19.99 a month, you'll get lossless audio, advanced playlist mixing tools, new listening stats, audiobook listening, and AI playlist generation tools. It's like Spotify is saying, here, take my money, and give me the best audio experience of my life. Hey, if it means I can hear my favorite tunes in all their glory, sign me up. Lastly, we have the U.S. job market surprising everyone with its strength. The economy created 336,000 new jobs in September, way more than expected. But here's the kicker: this strong report has raised fears of an interest rate rise. Investors are getting antsy, thinking the Federal Reserve will have to step in to control inflation. So, while the job market is booming, we might see some economic turmoil on the horizon. Buckle up, folks. Well, that's all the news I have for you today, folks. It's been a wild ride, from EV tariffs to failed planets and by-election victories. Now, it's your turn to join the conversation. What are your thoughts on these stories? Do you think the EU's compromise on EV tariffs will work? Should Donald Trump be worried about his reputation? And hey, who's excited about NASA's metal asteroid mission? Let me know what you think, and keep those questions coming. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay fabulous, my fellow Sixers. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO Brief via email.